What can you tell us about the project?
We have written software that emulates the human brain.
So you've built an intelligent machine.
The machine has no innate intelligence. If we populate it with data from a human brain, it will process that data in the same way as a brain made of flesh.
It must be very powerful.
It is. It's a quantum computer.
Did you build it?
No, I wrote the software with some input from my boss. It's called Flux.
Is that an acronym?
It stands for Forward Chaining Liminal Uncertainty Matrix.
That spells flum.
Flux sounds better, we call it Flux.
Okay, can you explain a bit about what it means?
No, not in a short interview.
So you could transfer the data from my brain?
Are you volunteering?
No, I'm not. Have you got an example of the system in action?
I can play some audio output from a recent experiment. We have transferred all the data held in the brain of a man called Gary Fitch, a Lazarus employee. The process took 6 hours. We emulated Gary's mind inside the machine for a few hours after that. Then it went all a bit pear-shaped.
What am I hearing?
We told Gary to remember the word apple blossom. We told him it was very important for him to remember it. We needed some way to reach him. It's like tracking the activity patterns of a person in a coma or someone with locked-in syndrome. We can monitor the brain activity patterns made by Gary thinking or trying to say the word apple blossom.
It doesn't sound like human speech.
It's not human speech. It's a computer emulating the brain activity patterns of speech. We can put a filter on it.
Apple blossom, apple blossom, apple blossom, apple blossom, apple blossom, apple blossom.
We know exactly what Gary's voice sounds like. And we took care to record the activity patterns of Gary's real brain triggered when he said all the major phonemes.
Apple blossom, apple blossom, apple blossom, apple blossom.
Is that clearer?
So Gary's mind is trapped on the computer?
I prefer to say his mind was emulated and it's not anymore. This is a recording of the brain activity patterns. The emulation became unstable. We think it had something to do with him becoming distressed.
Apple blossom, 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 apple blossom.
Right.
You find it disturbing?
I do, as a matter of fact.
It gets even more disturbing if you fast forward a few hundred hours.
Where am I? Make it stop, Alison. For fuck's sake.
What's really interesting here is that you can hear the fear and desperation in a sound that is being reconstructed from raw data.
I didn't mean it when I called you that. It's just banter.
The output of the parts of the emulated brain that would have animated his lips, his tongue, and his throat.
Can you hear me? Are you listening? Ah,
And his voice even gets hoarse.
no. What kind of a sick fuck are you?
Quite a lot of data there. We'll be busy for a while.
So you're not troubled by the ethical implications of all of this?
Should I be?
It sounds to me like someone in distress.
A machine can't experience distress. I don't believe a machine can feel any pain or distress.
But if it's got everything that the brain has...
But I believe that our subjective experience comes from God.
Really?
Well, I know it's not very fashionable to believe in God, especially if you're a scientist. But there you are. I believe that consciousness pervades the universe and we are the highest expression of that.
But surely if that's true, a machine can be conscious.
I don't think that follows at all. Animals and humans evolve from the universe. Machines are made by humans. What we are observing here doesn't mean Flux is sentient.
Let me die. Let me die. Help me die.
Surely whatever is producing those sounds is feeling something. Do you not care about Gary, the copy of his brain?
A machine is having the experience, not a human. I'm interested in machines, but I don't care about them.
So that sound we're hearing there, you don't think that's real suffering?
No.
Can we be sure?
There's very little we can be sure of.
Have you showed this to Gary Fitch?
Oh no, it really freaked him out.
So, whatever's making the sound, it's...
No longer exists.
It's dead?
Well, it was never alive in any meaningful sense. The point is that we have learned an awful lot about how the brain works, and we can put this knowledge to the test. There'll be spin-off technologies, things that will enable people with disabilities.
I see. So what's the next step?
We're going to investigate what went wrong, make sure it won't happen again next time, and emulate another human mind.
Would you volunteer to have your mind emulated?
Good God, no.
Why not?
I'm overseeing these experiments. I need to be objective, detached.
Whose mind are you going to emulate then?
I'm hoping my boss will volunteer. It is his project. It will make communication easier, and it would be very exciting to get a dialogue going with the emulation.
Who's your boss?
Hammond Tinkley.
And he invented the Flux software?
No. He came up with the theory, I wrote the software.
So where do you think all this is leading? What do you think the consequences will be for the future, for humanity?
I think there will be consequences, yes. Profound ones.
Good ones? Bad ones?
Interesting ones.
Such as?
We'll find out soon enough.